Hey, welcome back to Genuine Questions. This is an impromptu episode. I haven't done one like this before, but as I was getting ready for the next one, I realized that in the timeline that we're in, we're now up until 2020. And the stuff that happens in 2020 that we're going to cover is bananas. So I wanted to do a quick video to just recap everything that I've covered so far and make sure we all understand the mindset that I'm going into as we start to cover the events of 2020. But before we do that, I quickly here just want to remind everybody why I started this channel in the first place and why I do this. Because I often get mistaken for having a huge interest in politics, and it is hard to argue with that given what I clearly like to talk about and pay attention to. But for me, I'm not interested in this stuff because of politics. When it actually comes down to the issues themselves, I can see multiple sides. I think each party has certain things right, each one has certain things wrong. There's certain things that I think nobody is doing correctly. But that's not why I care about this and do these channels. I'm not trying to sway anybody on the political issues. What I do hope to accomplish is maybe helping people see or become interested in recognizing the propaganda. Because what scares me the most about what is going on right now is there's no longer really a difference of opinion about things. It is two entirely different worldviews of who people trust and think is credible. And one of the biggest tragedies that I think is going on right now in society is there is no interest in having an honest debate with somebody from the other side. The thing in vogue right now is to smear each other's character and, mock and make fun of them instead of actually trying to figure out where that person is coming from, meet them on their level, and see specifically which point it is that we differ with each other on, as opposed to these just general character attacks. I think a great example of that would just be the debate about abortion. People on the right want to say that people on the left just want to kill babies. People on the left say that people on the right just want to enslave women's bodies. It's very easy to win a debate when you get to decide what your opponent's opposition is and then just argue against that. It's tougher to actually let that person speak for themselves and give their viewpoint honest consideration. It does not mean that you have to agree with that person, but just try to understand where they're coming from and why you do differ. Understand that not everybody that disagrees with you about something is an evil, terrible person. And I think we've lost a lot of that in society, and I think the consequences of that, if not already, they will be terrible and devastating. So I can't help but be interested in that and talk about it and try to ring the alarm while I still have the chance to speak about it. And if I am doing what I am lamenting that everybody else does, which is not genuinely describing what the other side's argument is, then I would love it if somebody could please tell me what that piece of the puzzle is that I'm missing. Because to me, what I have laid out here in the past 10 topics has all been obvious if you genuinely look at what both sides are saying. You can see the hypocrisy, you can see the lack of journalistic integrity in the news, and it's clear that they are working as an extension of a political party and not honest journalists trying to deliver the facts. And that scares me when people are relying on that for their news and taking it so seriously when it's clearly so hypocritical. So, like I said, if there's a piece to this puzzle that I'm missing that negates all of this hypocrisy, then I would love to hear it. I don't have a vested political interest in this. I am genuinely just trying to find out what the truth is. Because as I said, that hypocrisy exposes the fact that the media is not giving us fair and honest news. They are working at the behest of a political party, which should scare people for obvious reasons. The media is supposed to be a watchdog on government to let the people know what's going on. So if the government is in control of their own watchdog, it would be very hard for us to have an honest outlook to know what's going on when we go make our decisions at the ballot box. But the hypocrisy also leads me to the question that I am asking still to this day, but definitely was asking where at the point we're at in the videos, which is the end of 2019 when they were impeaching him, is why do they want Trump out of office so badly? They object to him, and by they, I mean mainstream Republicans like the Bushes and the Cheneys and Democrats across the board and people on the news who, again, should be nonpartisan. There's this universal moral outrage over Donald Trump, but they can't really mean that as their genuine reason because they obviously don't care about the morals when it comes to people from their own side. So there may be a very good reason to be scared of Donald Trump or to think that he is literally Hitler, but through all of these news stories that I've been paying attention to, that we've covered so far, I haven't seen it yet. Nobody has told me what that really good reason is to go out there and call him Hitler and his supporters a bunch of racists. I'm not willing to smear somebody's reputation like that and millions of people who voted for him. I'm not willing to do that until I have a very good reason, and after 4 years, it's concerning me that the best that they have come up with is this very hypocritical moral objection. Because there's nothing I can find that Donald Trump has done that is unprecedented. I can definitely understand why some people don't care for Donald Trump's personality. Personally, I find him hilarious, but I do understand why he is not everyone's cup of tea with the ego. But what I don't understand is how everyone is not more concerned with that media hypocrisy and them working on behalf of a political party, how that is not more concerning than Donald Trump's ego. You don't have to like him or necessarily even agree with some of his policies from where I'm sitting, but you should be more concerned at how effectively the news and political party work together to influence public opinion in a very 1984 Orwellian sort of way. So that'll be the mindset that I'm going into for the videos here getting into 2020 and then into the present day. And I appreciate everybody for watching and being interested in this stuff and talking to me about it. And all we can hope for is this story has a happy ending.
I enjoy being fair. I enjoy the pursuit of fairness as a virtue. I would like to see us apply the same rules to our friends as we do to our enemies. I don't think the end justifies the means. I think the manner in which we get places matters. And in politics, too often, winning is the only thing that matters.
I don't mind if people are wrong. I really mind if they're unfair. We can survive being wrong. We can survive calling jump balls differently. not going to make it if our system is perceived as being biased and unfair.
Losing is not the worst thing in the world. Not knowing what you believe and not caring enough about it to fight for it, that's the worst thing in the world.